Okay, we're going to be talking about linear equations in two variables. And we're going to use a point slope form. So let's talk about what we know so far. So far we know that slope intercept form is y equals mx plus b. And remember I've told you that m is the slope, b is the intercept, y-intercept. What is slope? Let's look here. See, we can talk about slope in several ways. We can say it's steepness, okay? We can say it's the amount of slant, and we can say that it's rise over run, okay? So it's several things we can say as far as slopeness. And we can say it's a change in y over this change in x. So all of that vocabulary means the same thing as slope, okay? Y equals mx plus b is not slope. The m is the slope. This is just an equation that will describe these lines, and we're going to learn how to write it in order to describe the line that we graph. So we look here, we have a slope of 0. You see there's no slant at all, 0 slope. We have going up the ski lift, we have a positive slope. If we're going down, we have a negative slope. And whoops, we fell off the cliff. That is definitely undefined. Okay, so let's look at some new stuff. We're going to talk about the point slope form. That means that we can write an equation describing the line if we know a point and we know a slope. That is today's homework. We're given a slope and we're given a point. A linear equation is written in this form. The graph of this equation of a line with slope m passes through the point x1, y1. So if right here, the graph of the equation, so we just wrote it out. So you see the y is 3, and we see the x is 4, and 1/2 is the slope. You simply plug it in and solve. And we're going to do some samples. So here we have a slope of 5/2 and 2 points of 2, 2. So we just plug it in. We move this out of the way. So we plugged in what is our y, 2. What is our slope, 5/2. What is our x minus 2? We have 2 is the x. Okay, so we're going to look at, since I give you a little background, let's look at our homework and let's just solve that. Okay, let's look at number 1. We're going to use the point slope formula. You see it over here in the corner. So we're going to write y minus, what is our y1? It's a 9, right? Equals, what is the slope? The m is -3. Open parenthesis. Then you have x minus x1, which is 1, is our x. Now we just use the distributive property, and we know we're going to have to multiply equals -3x plus 3, because the -1 times the -3 is a +3. Now I'm going to bring down my y minus 9. It's terrible writing. It's hard to write with a mouse, but it's okay. So now I'm going to add 9 to both sides. My pen got thick on me. So I'm going to add 9. Don't add it to the 3x now because it's not a like term. So now that canceled out. We have y equals -3x plus 12. That is the answer. Well, you say, how is that the answer? I'm sure many of you are confused, and that's okay. But this is the slope intercept form, okay? And you know that the slope is -3 and the y-intercept is 12, so you could easily graph that in a coordinate plane. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's work through the homework and eventually it will make sense to you. Okay, let's go ahead and do number 4 now. And you have y minus, what am I going to write? If the y is a negative 8, isn't that going to be a positive? Because two negatives makes a positive. Plus 8 equals, what is our slope? The slope is 3. Open parenthesis, what is the x? Is minus 2. So two negatives makes a positive, so we know it's going to be a plus 2. Now we're going to distribute the 3. Use the distributive property to get rid of the parentheses. So now we have 3x plus 6. My writing's a little better now, huh? So you have y plus rather 8 equals. Now you want to get the y by itself, so we're going to go minus 8 on both sides. So our final answer is y equals 3x minus 2. Now that's the answer. We're simplifying to the slope-intercept form because when it's in this form, we can easily graph this in a coordinate plane. So let me just show you that real quick. And this is the answer we've got. And then we have it in slope-intercept form. This means this is the equation of a line form. That means this will describe the line you graph. So all we need is the y-intercept, which is -2. So we go down 2. We mark it, and we need the slope, and the slope is a positive 3. So we go up 1, 2, 3, and over 1. So if we continue counting 1, 2, 3, and over 1, we know the slope is the same. It's going to be 3 over 1. I can keep going up or down. And now I'm going to connect this, and this is the line that was created from the equation. So y equals mx plus b is the way that you can determine the equation of a line. If you have it in y equals 3x minus 2, or y equals the slope and the y-intercept, you can easily graph the line.